All right, so today I'm in the kitchen. I just got him an order of the 3.7 inch 47lures Buzz minnow. I'm gonna do a little breakdown, kind of talk about how I would use it and how versatile it is. All right, so first thing we look at, packaging is phenomenal. Obviously, I mean, I just love the colors and that stuff. And that's not really gonna catch a fish, but it is really cool. So we definitely got to show that we love that. That's really sweet. The thing though that is really important is that these come in a shell. When lures come in a shell, it just helps them maintain their shape even through long periods of time. If you just like threw these in a bag, eventually they would start folding and they wouldn't be as good anymore. So I do think that's really important. But I mean, look at this bait. First thing that I noticed right off the bat is that it's a little bit thinner. Also, I mean, if you just look at it, I'm sure you've never seen anything like this. There is nothing on the market like this. It's completely different. It's completely new. And he's got a lot of cool colors. I'll be showing you guys some of those colors. But I really just wanted to start with this one just to kind of show you what it looks like. I think like these little ribs are going to catch a lot of water and add a little bit of more vibration. I like right here that there's some little sections on the tails because I feel like that just gives it just a little bit more added action. It feels like a pretty sturdy bait. I kind of messed with it a little bit. Obviously not going to pull it as hard as I can, but it's pretty sturdy. It feels like I feel like if I'd have done the same thing with a Kitech or something, it definitely would have ripped. You can get these with scent or not scent. It's up to you. I do love that it's like a thinner body because of course most bait fish are thinner shaped. They're not real fat like a Kitech. Obviously Kitechs are super effective, but I do like that this one is thinner. It doesn't have a crazy massive tail. It's got like a little bit smaller, more slender tail, which I think is actually good. It's gonna be a little more subtle and it'll make it really good for if you want to put it as a trailer. Those big kicking actions, like they'll kind of throw off your buzz bait, or there'll be a little bit too much resistance for a spinner bait and won't be able to get down to your diving depth as much. But because the tail is a little bit smaller and it's really thin, I don't think that it'll have a whole lot of effect on that. And again, if it's a thin body, that little tail, this thing is going to have a lot of movement on the back of a chatterbait specifically. I'm going to have to get out on the water at some point and do an on the water review, catch some fish on it. I can definitely catch some fish on this, I'll promise you that. But I want to do that the next time I have a chance to be out on the water. I'll try and give these a go and show you guys how they work. But I just want to show you what they look like, talk about them, and show you what you can use them for. They're super versatile. Of course, the first thing you can do, the first thing, the most obvious one, is you can put it on a little finesse swim bait head, or just a swim bait head in general. Pop it through. Okay, let's see what it looks like on it. I think it's actually a pretty sweet little swim bait. Okay, there you go. You throw it on a swim bait head and you're good to go. This is a little bit different than anything that you're gonna see out there on the market, but you can start with the finesse swim bait head. Of course, that's gonna catch fish no matter what. I mean, the swim bait has been a timeless thing, but another thing you can throw it on there, which I like to put a trailer on a buzz bait because one, it adds a little action. It gives the fish something to suck into their mouth, and it's just fun to have a trailer on there. I always put a trailer. I think I used to just rock a regular, just a skirt, and once I started using trailers, I realized how much more effective they are with that. But yeah, I think this is gonna look pretty sweet on a buzz bait. Yeah, that is pretty slick. I love that, dude. That is really cool. Check that out. Good color and everything too, like for your shad patterns, this one specifically, but that's actually really perfect for buzz bait. I would 100% throw this on the back of my buzz bait, and next season I probably will. These are pretty dang sweet, and you can add some scent to them, which is awesome. This is not going to be a crazy kicking where it just ruins the regular action of the bait. And for a buzz bait, especially when it gets a little cooler in November, wink face, in the cooler months like November and stuff, you actually want to put a trailer like this so it can help you slow the buzz bait down. I used to put a grub on the back, but I'll tell you what, man, this might be my new trailer for a buzz bait. Another thing you can throw it on, okay, of course I've kind of talked about it earlier, is you could throw it on a chatterbait, and I think it'll be a really good, obviously I got to go try it on the water, but I think this will be a really solid chatterbait trailer. That's what me and Cam were talking about when we were talking about this bait on the Facebook page. I think this will be a phenomenal chatterbait trailer. It looks pretty dang sweet to me. Again, you're gonna get that little added vibration. It's gonna catch some water, and then that tail, look at how much kicking that is, and it's not even, I mean, imagine this thing shaking around. It's gonna be pretty wild. And I don't think that this tail is gonna overpower the bait. I don't think that this will prevent you from skipping it either. It might surprise you guys that often even like the ribbed baits skip really well, so I'll have to give that a try. But I like that it's thinner because you're gonna be able to get this a little bit deeper if you want to. A lot of times with those baits that can skip really well, they're not very good at getting down to those depths. So this will be one of those things to just throw like in the grass and stuff like that. Not necessarily if you're trying to get down real deep. I mean, not if you're trying to skip it under docks. But again, I'll have to give it a try. It might surprise me, or I could always just flip it upside down because this side is pretty smooth. I can just hook it upside down and get the same action, but now it's smoother and I can get that skipping action. Now I kind of wonder too, like having it like this, it might help the fish get a hang of it. If there's these ribs up here, their teeth might catch on that, make it a little easier for you to get the hook in. I'm not really sure, but that's just something I'm thinking about. But yeah, you could throw that sucker upside down. I know a lot of guys do that with swim baits. I don't think you'd have to do that with this one necessarily because of how small and thin the tail is itself. You could probably get away with just using it the regular way, and it looks freaking sweet. Another thing, this one I'll definitely have to test on the water, but it's gonna look sweet. It's gonna give you a little bit more subtle action. But a swim jig, I love to use a swim jig in the grass. I like to actually like go literally just put a swim bait trailer on it, which this would be perfect for, and you just throw it into the grass. See what she looks like. It's gonna look sweet. I mean, it's sweet. This freaking swim bait is really cool. Throw it right into the grass and reel it through, and they'll freaking come out unglued for it. Yep, that is really cool, just like I thought it would be. It's a good trailer, good color, matches the white. Again, you're not gonna see this anywhere else, so I mean, that in itself is a thing. Sometimes in fishing, it's just about being a little bit different than the rest of your counterparts, so I think that's really cool, and I would definitely recommend. And we're already seeing how versatile this little swim bait could be. You can put it on a number of things. You can throw it on a head. Another thing I would definitely use this on, again, because of how thin the tail is and how unaggressive this little paddle is, I can throw this sucker on a spinnerbait too. Absolutely, I would. There you go, give you a little more bulk, give you a little more bite. That looks really sweet, guys. I think that is super cool. I'm not sure how it would affect the depth of the spinnerbait, but for me personally, I don't really fish a spinnerbait very deep anyways, so this would just be added, depending on how hard this kicks. Again, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm willing to bet this doesn't kick super hard, so it's not gonna take away from your spinnerbait, but it's gonna be just enough of that action to kind of really help to get them to bite right here, and then you have all that plastic they can grab onto. You basically use the, you know, they pull the water, and it's gonna be a lot easier with this big chunk of plastic on there. So that is a really cool trailer. I definitely will probably try this one next year as well. And again, I mean, I could do so many things with this little swim bait. It's unreal. There's a number of different colors too. This is like black with blue and red flake. Pull it out so you can see what it looks like. And again, you can use that for a trailer for just about anything that you want to. I can't wait to get these on the water, but check out the black and red. That is really good color. Throw that on the back of a swim jig. Oh, and this one got some garlic scent. I know he told me that he scented some of them. This one is definitely garlic scented. I can smell it from a freaking mile away. Which sometimes that'll help you get an extra bite or two. That looks sweet, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, that is really cool. I definitely would rock that on a swim jig. And I would probably rock it on a chatterbait too. Let's see what it looks like on a chatterbait. I just like this black and blue one with red flake. It's pretty sweet. I just want to try them all out and let you guys kind of see what they look like. So if you're thinking about ordering them, you already know what you're getting yourself into. Ooh, that garlic scent is strong. Okay, check that chatterbait out, guys. That is sweet. That is gonna get some bites, And again, this is something I'll 100% throw next season when I get a chance to. It is a little bit colder now, so it's gonna be harder to use this stuff. Maybe I'll throw in a spinnerbait for sure with a big Colorado blade and probably try this chatterbait. But and I will throw it as a swim bait. But during the like spring